I'm really excited to what is coming next, because all the products we saw, all the technology, all this needs to be planned, needs to be designed. And for this, more and more digital data is coming along with the product and important to come along with the product. And it needs to be planned, and it needs to be planned in a cost-efficient way. And so I'm very happy that we have Sascha Bütterling with us from Supplyframe, because it's totally exciting to see how the digital marketplaces are growing and what the digital data is bringing to a design engineer in the future. So Maximilian and Sascha, welcome on stage.
So, yeah, good morning also from our side to the last session of the Industrial Ethernet Week. The best is always at the end, so yeah, let's start right away in this session. And Sascha, we are very happy that Supplyframe is for the second time now with us. Also last year, in this case, it was Uwe Knorr. And yeah, if you already joined the last year's session, you probably already know this slide. And last year, we really focused on the design stage and have a closer look on what kind of data we are offering there and what are the possibilities and advantages. This year, we really want to focus on the whole stage or on the whole journey. And for this, yeah, Sascha, please give us some more insights what Supplyframe is offering and what we are focusing on today.
Sure. Thank you so much, first of all. And yeah, really happy to be here. So as Max already aligned or described a little bit, this is what you've partly seen last year. And as we've seen in the sessions before, a lot about different products, new designs, and everything which is behind it. And as Kilian already managed, it's all about digital data and bringing everything together. So for today, for the session, we set a little bit back and look really on what we call kind of a digital twin. Not only for a product, but more on the whole process, really looking on your new product introduction process and how that should work or can work if you bring all the teams together and really get a good overview through the whole process itself.
Yeah, so Sascha, very interesting. Let's have a look on the challenges today of the companies and especially the challenges in the collaboration. And for this, what are the challenges and what are then the effects of these challenges?
A lot of these challenges we've experienced during the last year. So really, if you look across the whole industry, it was challenging around the crisis, and a lot of geopolitical circumstances have affected many different companies. And if you really look into that, and if you have challenging times, you really find out what is the collaboration you really live inside your company. And the one thing that we hear from so many companies is, yes, there is a collaboration happening between the different departments. So from design engineering throughout the whole supply chain planning, procurement, manufacturing, and so on. But if you really look down to the details, you feel that there is a little bit a gap in between where the visibility of data, of early signals across the market that are really important for the later procurement, supply chain, manufacturing process are also something that is very important at a very early stage. So looking a little bit on this shift left approach, so the earlier you can see already during the design what's going on, you can plan a little bit better to have less problems later.
Okay, great. So this is then more like the outlook, what is a possible solution already. So how the companies are actually working or which kind of tools they're using, and when we're looking at the journey, how they handle actually these kind of problems.
Especially during the crisis, many companies have taken action and improved the landscape of different tools, data sources, and all that stuff. And one thing is very important, every company has a lot of important knowledge and data inside their company. But on the other hand, there is a lot of outside in the market which is going on. And especially if we look down there, if you design a new product with a lot of electronics, there's a lot of things to consider from a technical perspective, looking on part lifecycle intelligence and all that stuff. But on the other hand, also from a supply chain perspective. So is it really realistic to go with that one part, or better have more alternate parts in it? and focus also on what is the future step, how far can I look into the market also from a procurement perspective. And it is one of the biggest challenges most of the companies are facing today, to bring their internal enterprise data in relation or in context to outside market intelligence that a few of them are using with some data tools to try to enrich at least a little bit of the knowledge, but still facing the challenge of bringing this really together.
Okay, so how can this really look to bring this all together? You already explained, okay, we have a lot of different tools across this journey, but the main question is now to bring this all together and to collaborate also. So from the one side, inside data, but from the other side also the outside data. How can we do this?
How exactly? This is always the critical part, but this is exactly what we are focused on. And the main approach that we are focused on at Supplyframe is bringing this enterprise data really in the relation to the outside market intelligence and combine it in that way so that you can drive better decision based on what you know internally and what you, on the other hand, see what is going on out there in the market.
When we now look at this, you already bring this up here. Can you have a more detailed view on the four transformation elements from your perspective and what these kind of transformation elements are?
Of course. And we see them on the screen. So these are the four main pillars we are focused on. And for sure, everyone who is watching us probably knows, okay, these are the topics that you also probably see inside your company. So of course, efficiency and visibility is something that is important. This network intelligence, really participating from all the experiences, from seeing market trends, indicators and all that stuff is super important. To, most importantly, reduce the risks that you have in the whole process itself. So anything that holds you back from really running your manufacturing, even the parts you've designed in are super good from a technical perspective, but the supply chain situation is a challenge, and how to get that all running. And of course, cost optimization, especially as many industries are partly struggling a little bit. Cost optimization and cost efficiency is a big topic at the moment.
So we had on a few slides before a closer look on, okay, what kind of tools the companies are really using to address these kind of challenges. When we're coming now there to the next slide, the other question is, on the one hand side, we have tools where we can search for these different kind of data, and how companies actually bring this all together. So really, how looks the collaboration between the different departments? We have here now design, NPI program, and also the supply management. So how is it actually works together, and what is the main or the most probably used tool in this case?
So it's typically a set of tools, but the one thing is still important. The world's largest and most common collaboration tool is called Microsoft Excel in that area. And this is really what we see across the whole industry. There are a lot of different tools in place. A few of them we see on the slide. And this is a little bit the thing that makes it even more challenging for the collaboration. You have different departments, you have different specialized applications like ECAD, PLM, ERP, whatever. And it's super hard to really exchange different data sources and keep data updated and bring it really together in the right context. And this is exactly what we're focusing on from Supplyframe, to bring that together and make this really a collaborative landscape with the focus of this shift left approach, where you can really have one collaboration platform where all the data sources are brought together, as mentioned, bring it into context and have the right view at an early point with all the intelligence point that you get from outside in the market.
So this is then really the shift left. You already mentioned this at the beginning of our session, to really bring the risk management also in the design stage and look, okay, what components we can use. Now there is the most interesting question from my side. Okay, how looks this solution, or can we have a look inside?
Of course. Optimal would be to have a little bit broader view into that, but just to give a little bit of a sneak preview how that should look like, we see a screenshot on the screen. So how that could look like, so all the parts which are on the PCB are in there, and you get an immediate overview about, especially on the right side, the risk topic itself, where you have different risk indicators you can configure for yourself, so every company can set up their own risk models, how they see, how they experience risk on their end, and how they want to check for new parts, also from different point of view, from a design-in perspective, but also, for example, from a supply chain perspective. Bringing all internal data points together, but most important, especially what we also do with Harting, is having the information on the part. So if you click on a part, you also want to have a lot of information right away at your fingertips. So this is really the thing that helps the designers the most. But you could really take a BOM in a very, very early stage, put it in there, get immediate view on everything what's going on with each and every part, hundreds or thousands, whatever is in the PCB. And then get a really good detailed view if you need it down on the part, including 3D models, data sheets, footprints. What we see on the screen is a little bit this world map also shows the popularity of a part and how it is used around the globe. That gives a very good idea of how is this part at the moment running through the market. And gives you also an indication about, is it a good decision? I mean, a Harting part is always a good decision, but in fact, also from the perspective of the availability and the whole design-in.
Yeah, so we just saw here an IX component, which Max Rohrer already talked a few minutes before about, and also in the session yesterday. So when you already mentioned, with a few clicks, we have a wide range of information, and not having this in different tools and to collaborate. When we're now looking to the end-to-end process, what are the real advantages in this context, and what brings this, or what is then the effect at the end?
I think the advantage itself is the end-to-end process itself, and this is really it, bringing everything together on one solution where you can collaborate together with engineering, procurement, supply chain, costing, quality, and all that stuff, so that everyone can have the same view, but from a different perspective, but looking on the same data. And this is the consistency of the solution. So talking about what we bring to our customers on that end is really the technical view on the whole design and all the parts around it, but also combining it with the full sourcing part. So whenever the engineering part is done and the great design for a new product is already there in form of a BOM, the work for the people in procurement starts to really find, okay, can we get all these parts? Can we get them in the right volumes? What is the price for it? How do we bring that all together? Planning the supply chain. And this is exactly what we combine into one solution, having this really as an end-to-end process flowing through, so that you also build up more intelligence over time. So the more products you have in, the more view you have across all your products, seeing, okay, which of the Harting parts do I use also in different other products itself? And this is a thing which, on the one hand, then design engineering, but also procurement can do, to really select and make better decisions, and also get a closer partnership to the component manufacturers.
Yeah. So you just talked about, okay, this is this complete solution, but for a complete solution, you also have different kind of platforms which you integrated all together. So what are the platform of the DSI network, and what are then the insights we're getting with this?
We have seen a few of them on the first slide already, as you've learned last time, and we see them down on the slide there with a few of the brand names. So these are a few platforms that we are running, but the whole design to source intelligence network that Supplyframe is running is much broader than that. We're looking on the own platforms that we have, but we're also in addition looking on over 70 partners that we have connected in real time, feeding our network. And with over 15 million registered users around the globe, we are the largest ecosystem for electronics around the globe. And this is one thing that is very important, just to give you another number behind that. If you see the design to source intelligence platform in the middle of the picture, per month on average, we're aggregating over 20 billion signals to really create the best, or to really collect the biggest data around that, use machine learning and AI to really create the insights that we can see on the right side. So everything that helps people from the design process until really the full supply chain, with going down to the last point, the predictive market intelligence that helps the people, especially in procurement and supply chain planning, to make sure that at the right point of time, the right volumes for the parts are also available to keep the manufacturing running.
Yes. So that brings me also to really these insights to my next question, but you already answered this a little bit. Yeah, what are then the real outcome for the company by using this?
Yeah. So, of course, the one thing that is super important for many of the companies we're talking to is accelerate the time to market. A new product introduction process takes time, and we can't completely remove that, but automating this partly and also helping to bring more intelligence into it is a good point. Reduce the risks of supply chain issues that could come up. And we all know there is a lot of ongoing in the world, and the geopolitical situation is not always easy. Different challenges of earthquakes or whatever are coming up very spontaneously, and you need to react. So reducing the risk is a big topic. Optimizing the costs, we already had that in the beginning, and of course enhancing collaboration, and collaboration means real collaboration, visibility across all the different departments. This is really one of the very important things.
So again, the shift left, have the decision at the beginning and minimize in this way the cost. So we are coming to the end of the session. Sascha, last question from my side. To summarize this short session, what are the key facts our audience should take away from today?
Yeah. So we see the three most important parts on the slide here, what I personally think and what we feel from all the customer collaboration we're experiencing are super important. First of all, collaboration is key, breaking the silos, and breaking the silos not only means get the people working together, but also bring all the data together so that everyone has the right insights to what is going on and has the right baseline for making the right decisions. Combining the enterprise data with market intelligence is a super important thing, so you really get that into it. And on the other hand, focus on an end-to-end process. This is the third part for me, to really have one collaboration platform that really integrates that fully, and that makes it much more easy.
Yeah. Thank you very much for these great insights, for presenting this solution. And with these words, I would like to hand over to Kilian to close the day and also the Ethernet week.
Perfect. Thank you very much, guys. It was interesting. Thanks. Thank you. On point, sharp for lunch. Thank you.